Okay, good. Thank you. I don't know how it will come. I think you will get two icons, two recordings. I don't know. But Sureka, thanks. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Basically, yeah. How many number of pages you have, that many number of classes you need to create. So these are the two things. And benefits, I told you, there are many benefits. When you most important benefit is whenever the object properties change. If you change at this top level, if you change at this location, all the classes or all the methods that are all the objects that are being used will be changed at one single change. And also one more benefit also beside this, suppose you have, I told you object identification with some name, you remember? Okay. No, my point was simple. That is not very important, but that is also one of the benefit of page object model. Okay. So you're generally identifying these objects. If you go to this object, I'm just going to enrollment. Okay. So if you see enroll now, this such type of objects, if suppose say username, some objects will be having same name. See, in this you saw enrollment, and in another project also, it basically this will be seen for usernames. If you see, if you have an object and if you want to get that value using that get text, and if it is having a value that is enroll name or username, once you define that object, even if the object is for different purposes also, by declaring it over here with text, you can use it for two purposes. So I just confused. I just okay. One minute. So this is about the enrollment process. So now any object you identified with text, whether it is related to that particular functionality or not, you can just use it for multiple purposes. Okay. You, I think, no need to worry about this statement. I just confused you. Okay. And one more thing is now what we did is this is now what I'm going to tell is also very important. Okay. Very important. Now what you're doing is for a driver dot find element by student name, and you're giving these values here. So what I will do is what first let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get these values from Excel. Okay. Why from Excel is also a data driven framework. So data driven means testing means all the time data will be changing. Based on the data, the testing will continue. So that is what is data driven framework. So we can't come to the code every time, change the code each and every time here, Gmail, this username, we can't change. So for us to get rid of this problem, we have already code written for getting the data from Excel. Where is the code? Yes, this is a code for getting the data from Excel. Now, what I'll do is, I'll go to the project. What is the project name? Project underscore Selenium users workspace. This is very important. Be careful. Okay. In this, where is that test data? Yes, in this data. So we had some waste data previously. I'm just deleting it. So for this test case, enrollment training, what we want the username first. So username, I'm giving it as what the value you want to enter. This is the value you want to enter. Correct? I'm just putting it here. Then what the password is, not password, but you want email. Okay, what is the email ID you want to provide? This is the email ID you want to provide. Okay. Now, what is the other thing? This is phone number. Okay, I'm just noting it. It should not be same, or you can be. It is not needed that it should be same. It can be anything. Student phone number. What is the value you want to give? This is the value. Okay. So I'll be testing only for this values. Fine, right? I'm just commenting the other part of the code. Fine, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Decided. I did this, but I should get 1 minute. What I'll do is, see, I'm trying to convert this into a project now. Again, I'm telling you. So this is an unwanted class. I'm just deleting it. Okay. Now I'm right clicking on it. I'm going to one new class and I'm naming it as main. Okay. Finish. So for any project, if you take, the project execution will start from one particular class. Okay. In our project, what we are doing now, what is this? Okay. In our project, what we are doing now, the project execution will start from new main. So that I created. In new main, what it should happen? First thing that I'll be doing is I'll be getting the data from the Excel. So to get the data from the Excel, okay, this is a code. So okay. Okay, then fine. I just created a class, test engine class, and I copy pasted the code. Fine. Now, in this, what we are doing is, so do everyone remember this code? So we are getting the values. Okay, 1 minute. We did not even call this. OBJ equals to If anyone is not okay, just let me know, okay? If anyone is having any doubt or if anyone is not agreeing with me, the process I'm following, just let me know. Okay, I created a new TestNG class. In this new TestNG class, I created, no, it should not be main. Some method is fine, but it should not be main because it is not a Java project, a TestNG project, correct? If everyone is silent, then I think everyone is good. Okay, I'm just again making a statement. So, okay, now it will come to main. It will create an object for this class. After creating it, we call it get test. In this get text, so it will create two linked list, then hash map, then go to that Excel. You know this output of this, right? So we know. So
Yes.
what it will do? Yeah, it will give like username is equals to this one, email is equals to this one, and student mobile number is equals to this one. This is the output. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating one more class, TestNG class. And making it as globals. So this is a standard. So basically you also follow some standards while creating the class names. Okay. What these globals will have is, it will have all the variables that we need for an application. It will have list of variables in an application that we need to use across the classes and packages. Okay. Any variable that we need to use across the project will be maintained in globals class. Okay, so this class is nothing but it will just have, it won't have anything, it will have only variables. Where is your new main? Yes, new main is here. So what I'm doing is, if suppose if I get a values, okay, now I got this value, array values, right? I got this values into a map.
Yes.
If I got this values into a map in this method, and I got the values into this map in this method, and I want to use these values into this method. For me to use in such a way, I need to make this map as a global variable. Okay. So what I'm doing is, make it static. That is very important. Why it should be static? Because if any changes are made for this map in any other class, the changes will be retained, and we can also get that values. Okay, so make it static. Now I declared a global variable. I did not assign a value, means I did not initialize the map. I just declared a map. Okay, now again I'm going to the maps. See, be very careful here. You should understand this. Here I am doing the initialization. What is this? Create map file in time global. It is there now. Not the public static string. Yes, it is there. Map file cannot be resolved to resolve or is not a field. Is there any difference here?
Yeah. Why did it get created in blue and italic? Oh.
I am not understanding. What is that? So there is no error now, but I don't know why it means here error not here. That is fine. But previously why I did not accept, I don't know.
Did you save in globals?
Yes, it is saved in global. See.
No, before you, no, during when the first time when it showed an error in new main, did you save?
Oh, I think no. Yes, yes.
Possible.
Good. Okay. Now I'm just copying this and I go to the error directly. I'm going here. So paste it and just paste it. Okay. Now I declared a variable in globals. I'm just removing it. Okay. I'm declaring a variable and I'm accessing it in new main. Okay. Now I got the value. See what this code will do. This code will execute and it will add username as this header name and the key value. This header name and the key value. This header name and the key value. Okay. Now what my test case need? My test case need is I need to enter these three values. Okay. So I need to verify whether these three values are there. They are there now. And since this part of the code got executed, the map will contain all these values. Everyone agrees with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, how to execute that part? Now what we did, we got the data. We have whatever data we want, we got it. Now we need to get this data and we need to execute the test case. That's all, right? Only one thing is remaining.
Yeah.
Execution. So for the test case execution, what we need to do?
We need to navigate to the page, right?
Yes. Instead of navigating, that all we already did in this page. Already we did all this.
Yeah, but
Because
here in the new main, we need to do it again, right?
yes, we need to call this. Instead of navigating again, we can tell that this one also will convert into a, see, it is a Java class. We need to convert this into a testng class. Test name we shall keep.
So in every project, we will be using only testng class instead of Java.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. I'll tell you. Now I'll make these changes. Since I'm converting it to test.ng, I'll remove this public static void main and I'll put some public void init. Okay, I'm putting some method like initialization. It will this will be triggered first is my meaning. Okay. Now from this new main, if I call this new init, then I think my purpose will be satisfied. Correct? Because if I call this new init, what it will do, it will navigate and it should be at test. So when execution, it should come. So what this new init will do, it will navigate to the application and it will do the enrollment process. Fine, everyone?
Yeah.
So I'll go to new main. I'll go to new main. And for this, if I need to call a method in this class, from this, I need to create an object for this. Fine? Everyone agrees?
Yeah.
So I'll just copy this. I'll go here. I'll go to the top. Naresh course schedule is equals to new B. Okay. When you're giving naming convention also, give it in such a way in CWC and sorry. So it will be easy for you to understand. There will be many classes, so don't get in order to avoid confusion, just give in such a way. Okay.
Okay.
Now, with this object, we can call a method in that particular class. So now what I'm doing is rest class schedule dot. We have a method init, right? Init. Okay. Now we have this. We shall now I'm just going through this. So it will go to the main and where this is our test, so it will come here. It will create an object for this class and it will generate this, it will execute this method. This output will be a map. Once this map is loaded, means why I'm giving it here, I think you all know, okay. I can give it here or here or here, I can give, but why I'm giving here is this, after this, the map is fully fledged with the data. So that is why I'm giving it over here. Okay. You see the position also. Since I gave, they don't accept it. Okay. I'm just running it this one.
Actually, in the
Yeah, tell
INI,
me.
actually in initialization class, it already has the data, right? We didn't delete it or we didn't change it.
Initialization class. This one.
Yeah,
This one.
yeah, in that one.
Yeah, it has data. We did not delete it.
Yeah, it already has data. So how come it takes from the map?
This one, right? That is what I thought of telling. I did not tell the main part.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Now you have the data and you need to call the data into this particular value, correct? So
Yes.
this data, yeah, thanks Dan. Actually, I thought this is the main point. I missed it. Okay. So this data, this test 1, 2, 3, you need to pull it over here. How you're going to pull it is, dot global dot map value dot get object of what is that user? This name should be same. Okay. By doing this way, you can pull the data. Okay, Brahan, fine.
Yeah.
Everyone fine?
This is Priya here.
Okay, yeah. So this is how we pull the data. I'm going to new main again. I'm just closing. No, I won't close this. It's manually open. This we can close. Just right clicking. Unmask. Testing. Okay, not trigger. So there was some problem. So data 2 came up.
It has old data.
Yeah, 1 minute. How it will have old data?
We need to
Will we
save Excel.
save this? I'll see the path also.
Did you copy it to the test.ng folder?
Copy what?
Your data file. It should.
No, but I think we did not save this, I think.
Okay.
Let it do it again. It's triggering multiple browsers. See, 3 not open. Yes. So if you see the 3 values got added, okay. But we need to identify why it opened these 2 browsers, blank browser, okay. So anyhow, now getting the data from this is means what? Page order model is covered. Page order model means we'll be entering the values labels in the form of this one object names. So this is one, and getting the data from Excel. This will answer why I, there was a question, why taking key values while adding into the map, okay? So you might be understood now. So for this scenario, I took the username and this I took in this way. Again, for another test case, if you want to get the, if there is another test case over here, where is it? If there is another test case like this, then what I can do, this username will be same, this header will be same. Now by accessing this username, my code will be same here. I'll give the same part of the code for getting the username. But what is the value I get when the test case count increase? This is the value. I'll get 5 here if the test value is 5. Okay?
Okay.
So one more thing, Brahan, did you get the full screen?
No. So I missed that. Was it because of the date? Because the Excel was not saved?
Yes, it was not saved. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this is a direct method. There is a small method. Dot maxima is something it will be.
Oh, driver dot maximize.
Something like that it will be.
Oh, okay. Manage dot window.
Driver dot manage window maximize.
Okay.
Okay, this is a method.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you show us the execution again if we have multiple data?
Yeah, I'll do. It is not completed.
Okay.
Okay.
And before you change the code, can you show the result one more time, please?
This is the result. Main part. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Now our one more point was next execution, right?
And the minutes and all that, how did it come?
What is that minutes?
The result, it's a 34 milliseconds.
Yeah. So once you convert the project, once you convert the project into TestNG, and if you run the project on TestNG, this will be the automatic logs that is generated. Only the things that we give here are this one only.
Okay.
Only these two is what I provided. But all this number of test cases we ran, number of test cases passed, failed, skipped, everything will be given by TestNG. And one more thing is, if you see here, this is also very important thing. And just see, if you see this test under test-folder, I'm deleting this one. Okay, I deleted it, is not there. Now I'm running this again. Just watch this folder, okay? See, you saw this? I deleted this folder, but it got added again.
Yeah.
What is this folder is? I think execution completed here. Yes, completed. Once the execution is completed, you'll be getting this folder. After going to the folder, just click on index. So this test case failed. I thought of anyhow showing the failed scenario. It anyhow failed. Okay. So this test case we failed with some null value. So where is that index? So this is our index. It will be showing like this init test case failed. When we click on this init test case, we'll be getting it. If suppose I'll show you another execution also. If you have another one, it will come at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a report that you will be sharing with your higher management. Okay. So the beauty of TestNG is this one only, this report only. One of the beauty of TestNG is we can share the reports. We'll get the reports directly. While the report will be generated, we don't need to spend time on getting the report. So it will tell you everything. Report output. See, this is a precise view, means a list of test cases, list of classes, list of methods, how many classes got executed, how many got failed. So this is some chronicle view, they'll say. Ignore methods, report output. Yeah, time. See, if you want to see the time, how much time it took is, this is in milliseconds. It took 15 milliseconds for execution, complete execution. So how many tests were executed is one test. So all this will be getting in this test engine. Remember that. So test engine will generate a report, and the report will look like this. Okay. Okay. One more thing is yes. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to new main again. Now, if you see this Excel, we had only one previously, but now we have two. So if we have multiple test cases, how to execute? So our code should be like, we should be getting, we added the map value, we got the map values here. Okay. Okay. So just remember this iteration. For this iteration, just remember to understand this part of the code. In this part of the code, we are traversing through one of the linked list that we have. One of the linked list. What is the linked list? The linked list is LL key. So we are traversing through the size of this key, and what we are doing is we are adding each and every value of this key and this value linked list into this map. So for the first iteration, all these values, all these key values will have all these values in the values part. Correct? Agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now our test case execution also should be done when the first row get into this map. That time we need to take the data and we need to execute it.
Yeah, so the
So
init
when
should
this,
be inside the for.
yes, correct. I'm expecting that one. Okay, and second time when it gets executed, then the second set of test cases will execute. Correct? Now what I'll do is, so for every test case, F3, and after this enrollment F3, I'm just adding one more statement here. So in order to close the browsers, driver dot
Close.
and yeah, this will be fine. I think we shall see. Okay, I'm closing the browser so that we will be able to see.
Second note.
Yeah, but I'll make some statement here. Okay. No, better than this, we can say statement is better. Until then, we can say
First value enter.
okay. You can say executed the code. I'm making some statement so that I should get two statements here. okay, for us to get confirmation. So did I make the changes here? Yes, I made the changes. I'm just deleting, printing, right? So I'm deleting this value, unnecessary value.
Yeah, can you help me? Sorry, can you help me recall why we had that LL value dot clear?
No, it is for basically if you won't have clear also, that is fine. But why you are clearing is for what efficiency. That's all.
No, otherwise
Here,
it was writing it together, right? It was taking the first row's value, appending it with the second row's value. That's why we cleared it. Is that correct? Is anybody else?
Yes, yeah.
yeah, you're correct, correct.
So now shouldn't we put that inside the for?
Anyway, we are closing the window, right? It's a new window, so we don't need to clear any. If it opens in the same window, then we need to clear the map values.
Oh, so each time we are closing the window and
Yeah, that's what
opening it
we.
again for the second value, is it?
Yes, yes.
I missed that. Thank you. Yeah.
And good catch, okay. I'm just saving this, closing this. Okay. Let's see the execution. Wait. Okay. And just close the previous browser.
Excel
Okay.
file also, right?
Sorry?
We need to save the Excel file.
Yeah, I've saved and closed it, yes. So we should see why this browser is opening multiple times. The only reason why a blank browser will be opened is initialization of driver. If you have initialized the driver at multiple places, then it will open multiple times.
Yeah, I finally got that resolved. I had the same problem.
It did not enter the value, right? Did you see? Did you see the second
The
and
first
third
one it
value?
entered.
Only first it entered, yes.
Yeah, for me, it didn't enter for the first one. Second window came up correctly.
Okay. So first one is skipping somewhere. Again it is execution. Let it execute, okay. Oh.
You're looping it now.
Yeah, 1 minute, I got it. Better to put a wait statement here so that we'll understand.
4 times executed.
Yeah, no problem. It will execute 6 times, I think. So the place where we put it is wrong. So let's get to this, okay? So what I did in the first place is I went to the key value. So where is it?
Key is 3 times, right?
No, what it is doing is, if you see the code clearly, first it got this value and it submitted. Second, it entered this value and this value, it got submitted. Third, it got this value, and next value, it got submitted. Okay.
Okay.
So the two things here, one thing is here is when it is looping for the first time, I think the only value that is coming into this is this test 1, 2, 3, 4. So better home X. So my point is let it get first let all the values get added into this. Okay, if you are doing in such a way, just we shall understand first. We shall understand after one iteration what are the values that we will get into this map. Okay, let's try to understand that.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
yeah, makes sense.
so for the first iteration, we'll be having so it is length value. So this is a size 1, 2, 3 is the size. Okay, it will start from 0. Okay, 0. Now what we did in this global dot map dot put value of 0 and LL value of 0. So what it got into this? First is it got this map value. First key value into the map will be username and the value part will contain value 1, 2, 3. Again it will loop, but that is not what we wanted. So it is first it is taking only these two values, but we want in the first place we want all these values.
Yeah.
Correct? Everyone agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is why I am putting it out of the loop. After putting it out of the loop, again I need to traverse for the map, correct? So let me do this. Int I equals to 0, I less than, I don't know whether I can get the map size. I'll see if there is size for map, I'll just take it. If not, I'll take the size of dot size. I got the map size I plus plus. Okay, now this is fine. Since I got all the values into the map, if I run it here, it will run fine is my assumption. Let us see. Fine everyone?
But how come the values it will take like each row value? Each time it should take each row, right?
Yeah, 1 minute, I'll tell you. That is still not completed. Okay, if this gets executed, I will stop the. This got executed fine.
Only two values it is entered.
Yeah. It is entering two values. But let's stop this execution. We shall see what it is executing.
And each time it is taking only the first row, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We need to increment that. But why it is running this one also we shall see. Wait 1 minute. Let it execute multiple times.
Running more than 4 times now.
Yeah.
3 times. Now it took.
Yes. So if now can you understand the code? How the code is working? So I think we are in some other loop. Yes.
We really need that for loop.
Which for loop? This one. Huh?
No, the one that you just deleted.
We need it. Is my thing. Let us see. What we did? No, 1 minute. Let's put it here only. So what it is doing? Did anyone understand what it is doing?
Actually,
I'll tell you. So it is getting the size of this map. It added values into this key. It added values into the value of map. It got the size. Now what is the size? 3. For this 3 size, it is executing this part of the code thrice. Again, for this 3 size, it will execute this and this thrice.
6 times total.
Okay, so total 6 times it will get executed. And if you see this one also, see all the code execution got into this single this I put it this for our differentiation. Okay, so it got executed. So that one, the bottom, see between this it came. Okay,
Satish,
so to yeah.
the first for loop, then the row value, all that, and LL
Yes.
value dot add. So that adds all the heading, is it?
header.
Headers.
Value dot this one will add headers. No, 1 minute. Where this row value is 0, wait, I'll tell you which will add headers. This will add headers.
Okay.
And this will add the value.
Yeah, LL key, header, and LL value.
So if you see the row count, 0 means it will for headers it is 0. This is 0. This is 1. So from 1 onwards, I am taking the values. Okay. So don't worry. See, one thing is I can come.
I'm sorry. I'm
okay,
sorry.
no problem. Go on.
So let's take the first row. Okay.
Okay.
So the first time this first for loop gets processed and LL key gets added. So it has
Yes,
3 rows now. Sorry,
yes, correct.
three
Values.
column names. Is that right?
3. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So the second set of for loops run, the LL value gets added and it has 3 values now.
Correct. Yes.
So 3 values, which means we have row 1 value. Row 1's value, we have it in LL value.
Correct.
Okay. So now my question is, LL key and LL value both are there.
Yes.
So why not? Now I can add it directly to map val instead of having a for and then call init.
So you are talking about this for or this for?
So tell me one thing, the 2 fors that you are just showing me, are they inside another big for loop?
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, we already have the LL key. We have the LL value for the first row.
Okay.
Why can't we directly add it to map val and then call init? And the second time, what will happen is row value will get incremented and the second row will get added to LL value. But you should clear it here before you do that.
Wait. Okay. 1 minute. Just hold on. Okay. So you're trying to come to the solution, correct?
Yeah. Instead of having so many fors,
Yeah, yes. Okay, one thing I want to tell you is,
there are different ways to do. I'm sorry if I'm.
no, that is fine. Firstly, whenever I come to a class, I'll just come prepared. But for this, and means coming to the project, I'm not preparing it because two things. I can just directly tell the place, the location. I can just add the location, and I can just execute it. It is not going to be benefit anywhere to you.
Right.
So coming this day and coming 2 days, I will make errors. I will make wrong things.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
that's fine. Absolutely
for you,
fine.
debugging is
Yeah.
one thing. So I want you to understand how to debug.
Okay.
So that is where I'm placing you. That is one thing. Second thing is, see this solution. I can means we can get it. If you want, I can give the code. You can try it out on your own by coming in the coming classes. Or I can tell you. I can come up with the fix tomorrow. Means I know. I can just evaluate. I can see how it will work. But yes, I'll come to your point tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. I can understand that everybody has their style, but since we
Yes,
didn't get the result, I was trying to participate.
It will come. No worry. Because I already have a project. See, if you see this, this is a project. I already designed a project. See, these are the values.
Okay. Now, what we are doing now, the style that you're doing is just perfect. You're, running it one by one, and that's awesome. Yeah.
So actually, this is a code that will work perfect. If I just see this and if I can set it, it will work fine. But I'm not doing that. Okay. We shall see tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, here in that, in that we are having a for loop with map value, right?
Yes.
What are we doing there?
We shall see tomorrow. Okay. I need to drop my food. No need to. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay.
Bye, Satish. Thank you.
Bye,
Yeah. Bye.